Hello everybody and welcome to another crafting adventure, and yes, it's another Christmas one because, well, recently just while perusing Daiso I did find this kit that I have not seen before. I'm not sure if this is a new series or not because it says it's part of 3 but I could only find this one. But anyway, we're going to give it a go as it is the Christmas season. Now, I have already organised all the beads. And this one does look like it uses, well, larger beads than the previous wreath that I did, which is quite relieving to know, as the tiny beads can be a little bit fiddly. And once you've done that, all you're going to need to do is measure out 90 centimeters of string and color one end red and the other blue. Once you have your 90 centimeters of string, simply thread 3 of the larger brown beads into the center and then cross the ends through one of the outer beads to create a very small circle. And it should look something like this. Now from here we should have the blue coming out the top and the red coming out the bottom. We're going to add one large red bead onto the blue string, one more brown onto the red string, and then cross the blue through the brown bead to create this shape here. Now at this point we should have the red coming up and the blue coming down this time, and all we're going to do, we're going to add 2 brown beads onto the red string here and cross the blue through the second one added. This time with the blue on the top and the red on the bottom, just add 2 brown beads onto the blue end and cross the red through the second one. From this point, I've got the red here on the left and the blue on the right. We're going to do the same again, add 2 brown beads to the red and cross the blue through the second one added. From this stage, we should have the blue here on the left and the red on the right. And what we're going to do, we're going to bring the red string around and through this brown bead here, which should be one of the 3 that you first added and the one in the center. So the red comes around through this bead here. Then we're going to add one more brown bead onto the blue and cross the red through that one. At this point, we should have this sort of shape here, I hope, and the red string on the left and the blue on the right. We're going to add 3 more large brown beads onto the red and cross the blue through the third one. From this point, we should have the red on the right and the blue on the left. We're going to add 1 brown and 1 red to the blue. Then we're going to take the red up through this bead here, which is one of the 3 we added at the very first stage, and at the moment it should only have 1 string going through it, so it should be easy to identify. Then we're going to take the red string through the red bead that we just added on the blue end. From this point, the blue string on the right is now going to go through the red bead that we added at the very early stages, and the red string is going to have 2 more red beads added to it, and then the blue will cross through the second one. From this position, we're going to take the red string on the right here through this next brown bead along, add 2 more browns to the blue and cross the red through the second one. From here, the blue coming down is going to go through the next brown bead here, the red is going to get 2 more browns and they cross through the second one. And finally, to finish this one, we're going to take the red here through the last of the brown beads along the bottom, through this side brown bead that we added earlier, add 1 more brown to the blue and cross the red through that one. With 2 rows now done, we're going to have the red on the left here and the blue on the right. We're going to add 3 more brown beads onto the red and cross the blue through the last one. Then take the red through the next bead along the ring that we just made, add 1 brown bead and 1 black circular bead to the blue and cross the red through the black one. From here, with the blue on the right here, we're going to take the blue through this next brown bead along the ring, add 1 brown on the red and cross the blue through it. Take the red string through the red bead here, add 2 browns on the blue and cross the red through the second one. Take the blue string on the right here, through the next brown bead along, next to the red one, add 1 of the black circular beads to the red and cross the blue through it. Finally, take the red string coming down through this bead and up through this side bead here, add 1 more brown to the blue and cross the strings through it. Now, if you turn it upside down, you should have 4 brown beads, creating a sort of opening to this hole here. And what we're going to do, we're going to take the blue string on the left through this bead, then we're going to take the red string through this one, this one, and this one. Then with the blue on the right and the red on the left, we are going to add one of the smaller brown beads to each string, then cross them through a small red bead. From this point, we're just going to add one more small brown bead to each string and then cross them through this bead here, which should be opposite the bead that they started in. Once the nose is complete, we should have one string coming out this way and one coming out that way. From here, we're going to take the string on the left up through this bead here and then add 3 of the small brown circular beads to it. From this point, we're going to fold it down and bring it back through this bead, and this one. Do not bring it back through this one because it will just unthread them all. So fold it through this one, and the big brown bead here. Then take it through the eye and up through this brown bead just to the side. And that should create this sort of shape here with the string finishing coming up out of this bead here. Then all you need to do, turn it over. Then with the other piece of string from the nose here, go up through this one, add the 3, take it back down through this one, and come up here. So just do the same thing on the other side. Once you have both strings coming up through these beads here, one there and one there, all we're going to do, we're going to take the string on this side and we're going to add 4 small brown beads. With the 4 beads, 1, 2, 3, 4 on the string here, fold it back around and take it back through the first bead added. Then turn it over and do the same on the other side. Then, to finish this stage, with the string coming back down through the small bead here, take it back down through the first brown bead, around and up through this one, and then take it around this red one, and this red one, so it's here. And then on the other side, just take it so it's up, and then tie the strings by here. Once the strings are tied together, just rethread them through a few of the other beads and cut them short to finish. And that is how you make the head of this deer. So once that's done, put it aside, and then you need to begin on the body. And for this, we will start with 90 centimeters of string. Once we have our string, we're just going to add 5 of the large red beads and then cross one end through the end bead. So this end through this bead or this end through this bead, it doesn't matter so long as it makes a circle. Once you have your red circle like this, we want to have the red string on the left and the blue on the right. We're going to add 1 red bead onto the red end, and we're going to put 3 red beads onto the blue and then cross the red through the 3rd one added on the blue string. This time we're going to add 1 red to the blue end, 3 reds to the red end, and cross the blue through the 3rd one added on the red. The same again with 1 red bead on the red and 3 red beads on the blue, cross the red through the 3rd one added on the blue. And finally, to finish this first ring, the blue string that you can see here, we're going to add 1 red bead on there. Then we're going to take it through this bead here on the first ring that we made. Then we'll add 2 red beads to the red string on the other side and cross the blue through the 2nd one added. And that should create this pattern here, which is going to be the top part of the body. Now we should have the blue string coming out on the left and the red on the right. And what we're going to do, we're going to take the red string through this red bead here. Then we're going to add 1 red, 1 white pearl, and another red to the blue, and cross the red through the red bead added on the blue one, like this. Now from here we're going to do a repeated pattern 3 times where the end of the string on the inside will be taken through the 2 next beads along the outer circle, and the string on the outside will get 1 white pearl and 1 red bead added. Then the inner string will simply cross through the red bead added on the outside. And we should be able to do this 3 more times, leaving just 2 final beads. Hopefully, once you've done that pattern 3 times, you should be left with 4 white pearl beads on the top like this, and the blue string coming out here and the red coming out the other side. From here, we're going to take the red through this bead, and up through this bead here, so it should be coming out here. Then we're going to add 1 more pearl to the blue and cross the red through that one. And that should give you pretty much the body shaped all done. And here we've got the red coming out on the left and the blue on the right. And what we're going to do from here, we're going to take the blue down through this red bead here, add one more white pearl to it, and then take it back up through this one here. From this red bead, we're then going to take the blue string through this one, this one, this one, and this one, so it should be coming out here. After that, we're just going to do the same, but with the red. So the red string, which is coming out here now, goes down through this bead, through the white one in the front, up through the red bead here, and then back through this one, this one, this one, and this one, and should be coming out here opposite the blue. And the body is complete. All that's left to do is connect it to the head. And with the little white bead in the front here as the hand, we should have the blue on the left and the red on the right. And what we're going to need to do next is take our head and turn it upside down. And the beads we're going to be connecting it to are this one, this one, this one, and this one. Now the first thing we want to do is to thread the red and the blue through this bead here. And pull the strings tight just to make sure that you do have the head on in the right direction. Now we should have the red coming out here and the blue coming out on the other side. And we're going to take the red string around through this bead here. So it comes down through the front of this bead and out the back. Switch it over, and the blue is going to do the same with this bead. It comes around through the front and out the back. When that's done, that should be enough to keep the head steady. And then we're going to thread both ends inside rather than coming out like this, but they'll go inside and up through the center of the head here. With both strings coming up through the center of the head like this, we're just going to add one more red bead to both and one pearl bead over both strings. Finally, we're going to add one of these small metal rings over the top of the string. Then we're going to fold the string over it and bring it back down through this bead and this bead here. Finally, to finish this hat, we've got both strings coming down here. We're going to take one end through this bead so it comes out here, one end through this bead so it comes out here, tie them, rethread the ends, and cut them short to finish. And hopefully that should pull this bit into the center, and then you've got your little hook there where we can attach the chain. So this is what we are looking for, a small reindeer 4.5 centimeters by 2. Now I just want to point out this is a 3-star kit with quite a long working time, so do take your time with this one. The head is extremely difficult to follow in the instructions, and the string is very, very wound up, so it's very difficult to keep it straight, and it keeps tangling up and going all over the place, so take your time with that. But putting that aside, here is our reindeer with the little horns and the ears and a small Christmas hat. You can see I've attached the metal ring to the top so you can use it as a key ring, and well, that's pretty much it, I suppose. I don't know, it feels a little bit disappointing compared to the other ones. I think mostly the body and the head don't connect as strongly as I hoped, and it feels like it could break quite easily. But in terms of aesthetic design, it's quite nice. Yeah, if you do try to make one of these, good luck, particularly with the head. And if it's one of the first one of these bead kits you've tried, I would recommend going for the Christmas tree or the Christmas wreath first. Particularly the wreath I did recently was not a very difficult kit, and it's good practice. But if you're looking for a nice small Christmas decoration, well, what could go wrong with a very small reindeer? And if you do try to make it, all the best of luck, and please have a wonderful Christmas and a Happy New Year.